What's up, guys? Just gotta make sure we're recording. What's up, guys? Welcome to Box Football. I'm back here with Jack, and just to give you a roundup of today's games. Uh, let's get into it. Let's talk about probably the most important one because the factor of the history behind it. PSG versus Barcelona. Game finish 1-0. I'm sorry. I'm actually tired at this moment in time. Yeah, the game finish 1-0. Interesting game, but Jack, what was your opinion on the game? Also, PSG going through.
It's big. It's big. I mean, it was always going to be an uphill battle for Barcelona. I'll be honest. The flow of the game after Messi scored that kind of crazy goal, I thought the remontada was on. But PSG was smart. Barcelona didn't fully take their chances. And largely speaking, I think it sums up large parts of Messi's Barcelona career. I was watching the CBS broadcast, and Guillaume Balaguer after the match talks about how, James, in the last 10 years, Messi has won one Champions League. That is not good enough. And yet again, it's not a slight on Messi, it's a slight on the whole club and the whole organization. You've had, in the majority of people's opinions, the greatest of all time, and you haven't been able to create a team or a culture, winning mentality, manager, whatever you want to call it, that's won the Champions League multiple times. And I think that, that first leg really kind of summed it up, followed by Messi scoring a crazy goal. If he scores the penalty, he scores two of the goals. Didn't really look like many goals were coming from elsewhere. Dembele, bit hit and miss. I don't know. It left me feeling very philosophical about Messi's career. If that's the last time we see him play, in the Champions League perhaps, or the last time we see him play, in the Champions League for Barcelona, mixed emotions. I don't know about how you felt.
I felt that the game was hinged on that one moment, and that was the penalty.
Right.
When PSG scored the goal, the penalty is a bit of a crazy one. I'm not sure about this. Like, we need to understand what's a penalty and like what's not a penalty. I understand he was getting fouled, but he wasn't getting the ball. It wasn't a penalty,
Right.
but it was given. The Dembele dispatches it, and then Messi scores. Watching the goal. This was like, you remember when Wayne Rooney had that strike against Newcastle? It was
Right.
Messi hit that with so much
Ooh.
anger. That was
Yeah.
like that was a Ronaldo shot. When you think of when Messi hits the ball, it's all
Right.
finesse, it's curling. He just let loose from 30 yards out, and the ball moved. Oh, it was beautiful, but the game was hinged on that one moment. I think he scores the penalty, but right before halftime, we're looking at a completely different game, and I wouldn't put it past them going through because on recent history, this PSG team don't have the grit and the steel to and I like to know how to like see it out looking back on the history, but they were able to do. He misses the penalty. Barcelona had 21 shots, 11 on target. They had chances. They had number of chances to get them right in the mix in that game, and the difference is that you look at Messi. Yes, he's brilliant, but the players around him, Antoine Griezmann, Dembele, I think it was Owen Hargreaves said it today. If David Villa, if Neymar was there, I genuinely do believe Barcelona go through because
Right.
this is because I feel like PSG were like there for the taking. Barcelona, they did enough, but they didn't score the goals. Dembele, if he just had his shooting boots on, like there was one moment where he get Barca are on the break and he cuts inside. I'm thinking, he's going to bend us into the top corner, and he just completely slices it. And I'm like, that's the difference between what Messi's had before and what he's having now. Don't get it twisted. These guys are fantastic players, just not living up to the expectation. And just overall from Barcelona, it's like one of them games where unlucky, come again. But what do you expect? PSG go through.
The
They didn't.
penalty. I mean, the penalty was bad. The penalty. It was a bad penalty. I give Keylor Navas a lot of credit for making the save. But yeah, again, how many times do we have to say this? I know it's a penalty and it's kind of an isolated incident. But let's say Messi scores that. Messi scores both goals. Like this is. I thought this was a team sport. We can't all just
No,
expect.
but no, but no, but do you know what this is the little thing that I get from it. I feel like people. Yes, I understand Messi. If I don't think Messi carried Barcelona today. I don't believe Messi padding out. I thought he played well. I thought he had a good game, but I don't think he was outstanding. I don't think we can come here and say, oh, them guys. We blame, yes, they could have took their chances, but I don't want to make this thing out there that we seem to do with Messi and Ronaldo all the time, and then blame their teammates. You know, today is the one where you may have that view on it, but I personally don't, because Messi could have given a bit more to put his team through. It wasn't all inspiring Lionel Messi where we've seen some scintillating performance from. He had a great game, but it wasn't Messi of against Man City or like Messi against Bayern Munich. He wasn't amazing, but again,
I think it was just one of those games where going into it, I thought, PSG are probably just going to go through. But then there were just a couple of little moments, little splashes where I thought, oh, maybe.
But I feel like it's the overall quality of Barcelona. If years gone by Barcelona would have played, they go through. Right. But for me, it's an overall. For me, it's just like the overall team. I look at this Barcelona team. People are saying, "Oh, like this is a terrible Barcelona team." I don't think it is. I feel like there's some really, really, really bright spots about this Barcelona team. Players like Pedri, players like Frankie De Jong, Ansu Fati. You know, there's some really talented guys there. It's just. You know, it's just about getting the right players. For me, it's about looking at the old guard and getting them out. I'm not saying Messi. You obviously keep Messi, but players like a Sergio Busquets, like a Jordi Alba, like a Gerard Piqué, and then moving on to a new generation. Because I'm always a fan of saying that what has happened then has happened then. In football, you have to evolve, you have to move on. And it feels with Barcelona at times they're just not willing to move on. You know, we've had the great Iniestas in like Xavi times, and it's like that's gone. You need to move on to something, and they're trying to bring it back. It doesn't work like that.
It's the classic, you know, it's how you go about it, because you can't kick legends to the curb because people won't be happy about it. Just coming on to PSG, smart game plan. I think they did what needed to be done. I think there were moments where it could have gotten a little out of hand, and you know, PSG had some chances themselves which they didn't really take. You know, I can think of one, maybe two, one definitely at the end where Mbappé maybe should score. Okay, you know, had a nice opportunity to score. But you know, thoroughly intelligent performance. I think we saw we saw the beauty of somebody like Idrissa Gueye. You know, is playing the game, gets a booking. Pochettino's smart enough to take him off, bring on somebody like Danilo Pereira. You know, they weren't going to try anything too crazy. They knew that if they just played their game, I know in the second half they pushed up a little higher, tried to stop them at the source a little bit more. But professional performance from PSG, and with Pochettino, I think the building blocks are there where they can you know really rise up here.
No team, if I'm being honest, will want to draw PSG. From like the point of view that they can do what they do, they can sit back like they did at the new camp, and without Neymar, and then and like when they hit you on a counterattack, how honestly devastating they can be. It's like Mbappé going forward. Moise Kean didn't play today, but you know he's obviously a threat. Di Maria, who's coming back from injury, he's a problem. You got Icardi, Jack's favorite player, he's a problem there. So many bright spots for this PSG team, and if they get Neymar, and when I mean when they get Neymar, it's not to play the way that they played with Neymar before and almost say, Neymar, you in the middle, do the hell you want, and we're gonna win. No, put him in an actual position where he can also express himself, but also not taken away from the team, unlike the other great players there.
I think the beauty with Neymar, and I think Pochettino, that. And this seems to be with any player who's managed by Pochettino, there's a general understanding and there's like a common goal thing going on. So, you know, like you said before, I think sometimes managers have been guilty in the past at PSG of just going, boys, just do whatever you want. You're really talented. You're better than they are. If you just play your game, we'll win. I think Pochettino will be able to say, hey, here's what I want you to do. In this area, you do whatever you want. But here, if you don't mind just doing this, and then the player kind of goes, oh, yeah, cool, I like that. And I think that's what's going to make PSG dangerous going forward. You mentioned it. I don't know who wants to draw PSG. Like, let's be honest. You know, I think everybody's going to be hoping for Porto. I don't know if that's smart after what we saw yesterday, but PSG, you know, nobody wants to draw them.
thought that was obviously going to be a dangerous tie too. But also, Neymar's sister's birthday is gonna happen tomorrow, so we can finally get past that, and he can start playing football again. Thank God. PSG are going to be happy they can actually play Neymar in the next round. But
Right.
yeah, let's move on. Let's talk about Liverpool and Leipzig. Liverpool, after 6 matches, losing streak at Anfield. They were playing at Anfield. It was not really Anfield. Where were they playing again, Jack?
The first leg was in Budapest. The second, Hungary, maybe.
Something like that. I clicked onto it, was like,
Hungary.
wow,
Hungary.
This isn't Anfield, and I'm forgetting that they're not playing the Anfield. But Liverpool win 2-0 and comfortable from them. But Jack, tell me, how did you feel about the game?
Guys, please, listeners, viewers, please check out. James and I played a quick game of true or false yesterday, where I threw some statements at James and asking him whether he thought the statement was going to be true or was going to be false. And one was, winning the Champions League is going to be easier than making top 4 for Liverpool. And I think James said yes, and I tend to agree with him. Liverpool in Europe, it's a breath of fresh air. That lifeboat, life raft, whatever the hell you want to call it, of the Champions League is still there. A lot of those players, nearly all those players, have the experience of winning that competition, the pressure of winning that competition. They've got a coach who's done the exact same thing there too. I saw a hungry team. I saw a smart team, a motivated team, a team that was kind of pissed off. And a team that was kind of like, you know what, we're here to kind of make sure that respect goes on our name as it should, as opposed to anything else that we hear back in England, back in the Premier League. And I think what I would say is the weight was just kind of lifted. They knew that Leipzig had to come out and attack the game. They're 2 goals down, and 2 away goals as well. I mean, I know the away has been kind of messed up because of the different locations, but Leipzig, technically 2 away goals down to Liverpool there to come and attack the game. Leipzig had the majority of the ball. Liverpool defended well, professional job when their chances came, a couple of them, they looked good. My one major takeaway, there is absolutely no way that Diogo Jota doesn't start for this team next season. No way. I know that he's only kind of recently come back from a little bit of time away, dealing with some injuries. But my goodness, I'd say probably not for Salah with the way he's playing and his goal-scoring record. But Mane and Firmino need to be worried because Diogo Jota is a serious player for this Liverpool team.
This was the perfect game from Liverpool from the point of view of the style of play. Liverpool, in the past 10 games, especially in the Premier League, has just been so used to teams coming to Anfield or away from home, putting 10 men behind the ball and asking them, can you break us down? And unfortunately, Liverpool do not have the answer. Today, it was the opposite. They put men behind the ball, and Jota, Mané, Salah, devastating on the break. Liverpool, I think Liverpool had like 11 shots, 7 on target. They were absolutely devastating on the break. Jack, like Jack said it. You look at the front 3 that they have. None of them are actual strikers. They're all wingers, like they're all wide players. But because of the style of play, because of the way the team's set up, it works out for this Liverpool team. And when you have them guys flying forward, you've seen the amount of chances that they were able to create on the break. And Jack's favorite player, Mo Salah, shows his quality. After missing a fair few chances, he takes it, and then like the second one goes in. But then, as soon as the second goes in, they put it over to Jürgen Klopp, and it's like he had his arms like that relief. Like, yes, it was relief that we finally got over the line, because he was worried. He didn't. I feel like he would have thought that, oh, this could be a sticky one for us. We could be embarrassed today, but they didn't. They were firm, and they go through to the next round. And just like Paris Saint-Germain, with this Liverpool team, do you want to play against them? If they set up the way they do today, where like you are the better team, and they're gonna sit back, and they're gonna have Mo Salah, Diogo Jota flying forward. Do you want to play against this? Do you want to play against Liverpool? I'm not sure about that.
I think the thing is as well, you've got that kind of double-pronged mentality thing in sport as well. Like, one is fear of failure, and then I forget the term of the opposite. Liverpool aren't going to be a team that has that fear of failure. They're not, because this is all or nothing time. Liverpool come ninth in the Premier League, but win the Champions League and are in the Champions League next year by virtue of winning the competition. Call it the worst title defense in Premier League history. Call it whatever you want. I'm sure they won't care when they're lifting the Champions League trophy. They very, very quick and playing in the competition next year as a number one seeded team, pot one team. Anyway, James, let me ask you then, out of this list of names, where are Liverpool going to be in terms of favourites for you? Porto, Dortmund, PSG, Liverpool, obviously, Real Madrid, Atalanta, Man City, Borussia Mönchengladbach, Chelsea, Atletico Madrid, Bayern, Lazio. Who's your favourite? Who's your second favourite? And where do Liverpool sit?
I think Liverpool are right in the middle. The one match to me I'm gonna find so interesting if it does happen is Liverpool versus Dortmund. I feel like the styles of play clash beautifully. The players, the romanticism between Klopp going back to Dortmund. Right. I really, really, really want to see that. I see Liverpool almost in the middle of you not sure what like you're gonna get, but going on previous history, Liverpool.
City above them as favourites for the Champions League? Oh, maybe not.
No. Do you know why? It's to me, Champions League pedigree is so important to me. So important.
Bayern?
No, yeah, Bayern. Yeah.
Real Madrid?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. PSG?
PSG will beat Liverpool.
Chelsea or Atletico?
Atletico would beat Liverpool. I'm not sure about Chelsea.
So you think maybe Liverpool fourth favourites then?
Fourth, fifth. That's what right in the middle, right in the middle.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, I was just curious. That's all.
Well, yeah. I mean, if you're Leipzig and Nagelsmann, you're gonna feel really disappointed today.
Yes, we should talk about them.
They didn't really stamp their authority on this game. This Liverpool team, as we said, they were there for the taking. You've seen how vulnerable they've been. There was a big save from Alisson in the first half. If maybe that goes in, that kind of troubles Liverpool. But bar that, they didn't really do enough to go through.
It was kind of a free hit game as well, and I mean that purely from a standpoint of if Leipzig get quote unquote embarrassed by Liverpool, I don't think that's going to make that many headlines. You're not going to lose that much respect or lose anything to your reputation. I think Leipzig are on their way to being one of those top, up there with Dortmund, up there with Bayern, that, they're getting there. They're still a few steps away, I'd say. So this was a free hit. They should have just gone at it. Yes, they had more of the ball. Yes, they shot the ball more, but mostly from outside of the box. There really didn't feel like that intensity and that motivation to go, hey, let's kind of upset the apple cart here a little bit. It still seemed a little bit timid, and I just wonder if maybe they could have done a little bit more just to put a bit of pressure on that Liverpool team. The first goal in that game was vital, and Liverpool got it.
But it wasn't like Liverpool got it early in the game. The game was kind of petering out. They got it around the 17th minute where Leipzig, they didn't really look like scoring that goal. Right. It was just that, it's just that little inch. But
just a bit short.
Guys, tell me what you think. Mbappé, is he the best player in the world? Is it the end for Messi at Barcelona? Liverpool, can they win the Champions League? Please, Champions League, because I know that they do the little hot balls thing. Give me Dortmund, Liverpool. Just give me Dortmund, please. Just.